Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I want to share with you a few ways that practicing windmills, like you might do in a strength training practice, can benefit some of your favorite yoga poses and your yoga practice overall. Now, if you're not sure what windmills are, no problem. I'm going to show you the two most common variations of windmills in strength training in the way that I demonstrated them in my online studio this month. So let's go check it out, and I'll meet you right back here. For your windmills, we are going to be focusing on kneeling windmills. So I'm going to do that first. But again, if kneeling doesn't work for you, okay, then you will have the option, of course, to do a standing windmill, and I will show that as well. So for the kneeling windmill, okay, you're going to just use one weight, and you start, like if you were going to start kneeling, you would kick your left foot out to the side as though you were going to do a kneeling side angle. We're going to do that later. Then you're going to grab the weight, take it up above your shoulder. Okay, press up is the first step. Rotate your body as the second step. Okay, third step is to reach your right hand, that opposite hand of your bent leg that's kicked out to the side. You reach out, crawl it out, pull yourself back up, come back to where you almost started, and then bring the weight back to your shoulder. So when I say come back to where you almost started, I simply mean you're coming back to this place where the weight is stretched overhead before you rotate it. Okay, so that's your kneeling windmill. Now here's the key. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what my butt does. Okay, so you're going to press up, rotate, and then as I reach out, see how my hips go way back? Okay, and I'm turning my gaze up toward my hand. That's what you're after. So it's not like reach out, right, and your hips don't move. That's not going to work. That's going to be very uncomfortable. So your hips have to go back, and then you pull to come back up. Okay? So in the event that kneeling doesn't work for you for any reason, you could do a standing windmill instead. The principle is the same, okay? You're going to stand in a very narrow triangle type stance. Same idea, weight presses up overhead, and then as you rotate, instead of reaching out in front of you, you're going to reach down along that front straight leg and then pull back up. Okay, so as I rotate, notice how my arm rotates out and away. So my hand is pointing away from my body as I rotate out, and when I come back up, my hand is pointing in. That's going to be the same kneeling. So you might bend your knees slightly as you reach down and come back up. I know that's hard to see with these pants, but that's your standing windmill. So again, now that you've seen windmills in action, let's see how those windmills and the actions of windmills, so in particular, that adductor action when you are working your inner thighs and pressing your hips back, as well as the strict press overhead, can benefit you in a more traditional looking, well, maybe not traditional looking because it's me, but a more interesting and dynamic yoga flow. In particular, we're looking at the transitions in between poses, how you move smoothly or with care from one pose to another. So, you interested in what that looks like? Let's do it, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so take your legs wide apart, and you might notice that I don't have a mat here. There is a reason for that. I want to have the ability to slide my leg in and maybe slide it back out. But if you feel more comfortable having a mat underneath you, by all means, please make sure that you have a mat underneath you. And you also might want a block because we're going to be doing half moon. So do make sure that you have those props if you need them, but otherwise, let's get moving. So again, take your legs wide apart, turn your left foot out and lower your hips, descending the center of your pelvis toward the earth. Your right leg stays straight and strong, left thigh anchors toward the floor. Reach your arms out to the sides and just sort of feel that action of your inner thigh muscles, your adductors really working. So if you pull your feet toward one another, that's going to fire them up. And if you let them go, they're still working a little bit, just not as powerly. So again, pull your heels inward, upper inner thighs are maybe a little bit on fire now, and then relax it, okay? And then straighten your left leg, turn left foot and right foot out. And that adductor action we're gonna focus on for this entire little mini practice, okay? So again, as you bend your right knee, your hips go down. And the reason I say those two things together is that you're not just bending your right knee and like lunging into your front leg. Lower your hips toward the earth so that your right thigh descends, okay, into warrior two legs. And again, squeeze your heels toward one another. Like imagine that you could like pull them toward one another on the floor, but they're super glued to the ground. Your adductor muscles, your inner thighs fire up, and then relax a little. And then squeeze in again. So your heels pull inward. You feel your adductors working, and then relax a little. And then one more time, squeeze in. Whew, adductors on fire. And then relax and straighten your right leg. Turn right foot and left foot out. And we're going to repeat that. We're just going to add. Okay, so again, bend your left knee so your hips descend, left thigh goes parallel-ish to the floor. Arms go wide. Reach your right hand to your right leg, left arm alongside your ear. Lots of people call this all kinds of things. Reverse warrior is the most common. Okay, and then straighten your left leg, really push through your right, triangle pose. Okay, now here's that windmill piece. Try to pull up through your right arm, like pull up so you feel your core muscles working, right? Imagine that you have something in your hand, pull up, and then bend your left knee. Reach your right hand back, reverse warrior. Okay, now this time, instead of going into triangle, you're going to reach forward, slide your right leg in. Ooh, adductors on fire. Right leg goes up, left hand goes down. This might be where you want the block. You could have your right hand at your hip too. You don't have to have your arm extended. Okay, but here, pull down with your right leg to lift your left foot up. So you're not actually touching your right foot to the floor. You're pushing it down. Left hand goes up, step back, reverse warrior. Hello. Okay, and then we're going to go through that sequence again. So straighten your left leg, triangle pose. Left hand goes down, maybe to your shin, or to that block, or to the floor. I like inside my legs. It's more stable than outside. Just depends on what you're after. And then pull up. Again, imagine like you're grabbing on a rope to pull yourself up. Then bend your left knee and reach back. Reverse warrior. And then we'll go into half moon one more time. So you're going to lengthen forward, slide your right leg in, adductor muscles working, half moon. And then push down through your right leg. So pull it towards your left heel. Lift your left hand up. Again, hello adductors. Hello side body action like windmills. Step back, arms wide, straighten your left leg. Shake everything out, because that's a lot, okay? At least I'm winded, I don't know about you. And then turn your feet the other direction. I'm always gonna be honest. And I'm gonna scoot myself over to the left a little bit, because I have this really big plant that I always launch myself into. So I'm preemptively trying to give myself space. Warrior two. Arms wide and then reach back, reverse warrior. The left hand to left leg, right arm alongside your ear. And this is another great pose that is benefited by windmills, right? Because your inner thighs are working, you're getting this big side body action, and then you lift up, pull up through your right arm as you straighten your right leg, and lift over, triangle pose. Again, I like to go to the inside of my leg if I'm gonna bring my hand to the floor versus outside. Outside just invites more of a back bend. Inside gives me a little bit more stability. And now imagine that you're gripping a rope with your left hand. Pull yourself up, rebend your right knee and reach back. Left hand to left leg, right arm alongside your ear. Okay. And then this time, reach forward with your right hand. So you're coming out of it. Your legs are still looking a lot like warrior two. Slide your left leg in so your inner thighs are awake. Reach down with your right hand. Left leg, left arm go up. You could also bring your left hand to your hip. Half moon. See, I gave myself just enough space where my head is moving to the center of my plant. It's like perfectly done, right? In between these two little leaves. Okay, now pull your left leg down. So as you pull your leg down, your right hand automatically gets lighter. Okay, and then bend your right knee, step back, reverse warrior. Left hand to left leg, right arm alongside your ear. And maybe microphone all up in your armpit if you're me. And then pull up. So as you straighten your right leg, pull up. That's that same side body windmill pulling up. Lift up and over triangle pose. So right hand can go to your shin or to the floor. Left leg is steady. And what does that mean, right? Your left leg is pushing into the ground. You breathe. Okay, and then pull up again with your left arm, pull yourself up, bend your right knee and reach back, reverse warrior. Okay. And then you're going to reach forward. This is half moon again, so I'm reaching forward without moving my legs. Slide your left leg in so your adductors are working. Shift down with your right hand. Your right knee can stay bent until you touch the floor, and then you push your right leg straight. Again, if you need a block or a book or something to give you a height, make sure you have it. Like you did in your triangle, and like you did in the half moon before, push down with your left leg to lift your right hand, and then step back, and then release your legs. Shake out your arms, okay? And those are some standing poses and transitions that can be really strongly benefited by Windmill. Okay, so the next sequence of poses that you can do to sort of feel those windmill actions in your body are on the ground. Okay, so you're thinking gate pose, right? You could do Vashisthasana, okay? You could do Wild Thing, you could do Fame. We're gonna do 3 of those, okay? So you're gonna do gate pose first. So come on into table pose, okay? Hands as wide apart as your shoulders, knees as wide apart as your hips. Extend your right leg back, right arm alongside your ear. Okay, right arm alongside your ear. Okay, and this is kind of the shape, not really, but kind of the shape of your windmill. It's a different orientation, but it's the same idea. Okay, now we're going to take more of the shape. So lift your right arm up, bend your right knee, and pull up with your right arm. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh, left arm alongside your ear. And this is kneeling side angle. I love this one. It's really grounded, really supported. Get lots of good side body and hip action. Okay, now go back toward gate pose. Plant your left hand. Push through your right leg and lift your left knee. Extend your left leg out so your foot can be on the floor, or if you're feeling really bold, left leg can be lifted. Okay, both are good. Okay, then slide left knee back in. Keep it hovering. Right hand goes down. Left knee is still hovering. Lift your hips and step your left foot over. Wild Thing. Hips up, chest up, arm alongside your ear. Okay, and then lower your right knee down. Extend your left leg out, and now you're back in gate pose just on the other side. Okay, now to come on up from gate pose, bend your left knee. Okay, bend your left knee. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm alongside your ear. Yeah. So again, this is more the shape, right? So I'm shifting my hips back. Okay, it's a different arm, but it's the same idea. Okay, same shape as windmill. Come up and over towards your gate. Right hand goes down. Left knee is bent as you shift to the left. Pull your right knee up, and then your left leg will straighten. And then extend your right leg out, left arm up. And this is a lot of adductor and side body. Okay, now pull your right leg back in. Tuck your knee to your chest. Left hand goes down. And spin over so your right leg steps behind you. Hips up, chest up, arm alongside your ear. Okay, and let's do it one more time. Lower your left knee down. Extend your right leg out, back in gate. Right arm alongside your ear. Now reach your right arm up and pull yourself up as you bend your right knee, kneeling side angle. Left arm alongside your ear. Okay, pull up, 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 and over. Left hand goes down. Push into your right leg to lift your left knee. And then as you push your right leg straight, left leg can go out, down, or up. Okay, tuck your left knee back in. Lower your right hand down. Keep your left knee lifted if you can. Hips back, step over. Wild Thing. Hips up, chest up. Okay, and then come back towards center. So right hand is anchored, right knee goes down, gate pose. Left leg, left arm out. Okay, left arm up. Pull yourself up as you bend your left knee. Left forearm to left thigh, right arm alongside your ear. Okay, move back toward gate pose. Right hand down, plant it. Okay, shift into your left leg to pull your right knee up. And as your knee comes up, left leg straightens. You can extend your right leg straight out or have your foot down. Both are good. Pull your right knee back in. Left hand goes down, tuck it in. Hips up, keep your knee tucked in, and then step. Right leg all the way over. Wild thing. Hips up. Chest up. Okay, and then lower your knee down. And that is it. That is another way that you can find the action of windmills, inner thighs, really strong side body action, side body core in particular, and that press up with your lifted arm. Windmills in your yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me for that windmill-inspired exploration of movement. I hope that what you experienced was the way that using the actions within windmills, so that really strong side body lift, that press overhead, and that really powerful adductor action can help you transition with more confidence and also with more support from one pose to another. That in fact, the magic is in the transitions. Now, if this is something that interests you, I am teaching windmills all month long in my online studio, Move with Naomi. So not only am I teaching specific classes that are built around strength training and that use windmills as the foundation for a strength training practice that incorporates weights, okay, because that is what strength training is all about, as well as flow practices that incorporate the actions of windmills but without weights. Okay, I really believe that yoga and strength training are complementary practices, which is why I include both in my online movement studio. So if that is your kind of movement party, I would love for you to join me in Move with Naomi, not just this month, but for lots of months, because we do this every month. We just focus on different poses or different strength training exercises. And we have some really awesome stuff to end this year as well as move into next year. Now, if you want to get a taste of Move with Naomi, you can check out the link in the description below and you can join Move or Move 15. Those are the two different options for an online studio. You can join Move or Move 15 for 50% off your first 2 months. And there is a code in the description that will give you that access once you put it in to join. I hope that all made sense. And I hope that I see you on the mat in Move. And if not, I'm just really grateful that you're here moving with me on YouTube. So thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Until then, bye everyone.